The Galapagos penguins V-shaped diving pad. Take the bait. Penguins often hunt together, which increases their chances of success. As a small team, they dive around the edges of a school of fish, and below it, this forces the fish up to the water surface and into a panicked, tightly packed group known as a bait ball. It is then much easier for the penguins to flee. African penguins work together to herd the fish into a bait ball. And for the krill mass together in huge swarms. Penguins simply dart into the middle of the, this mass, grabbing what krill they can. The swarms are such an important food source in Antarctica. They don't sustain not only penguins but seals and whales too. Adelie penguins can eat up to 1 kilogram of krill every day. Deep dive. Some penguins dive down several hundred meters before it's for food in the coastal benetic zone. They can hold their breath for many minutes at a time, targeting prey that will fill their bellies with the least amount of effort. Galapagos penguins forage for food in rocky reefs. Self-defense! While the sea promises the opportunity of a meal, it also holds danger. Below the surface of the ocean, potential predators lay in wait. Let's look at how penguins su- survive these treacherous waters. You first, buddy! Penguins increase their chances of survival by taking together before entering the water. Penguins often gather by ledges overlooking the sea to check if the coast is clear. Then a member of the group grows impatient and dives into the water. First, the group watches closely to see what happens to it. If the first bird survives, the rest follow. Some get to penguins taking a leap of faith. Back on dry land. When the water seems too dangerous, getting out is the sensible choice. However, clambering up a steep rocky ledge or a layer of sea or over a layer of sea ice is a near impossible task for a penguin. They swim back to the surface of the water and burst out, getting airborne for just a moment before arriving back on land. Bird species like the emperor penguin can leap 45 centimeters. That's the emperor penguin. But Adelie penguins can clear 3 meters. That's an Adelie penguin. Emperor penguin. A turn of speed. Penguins may be fast swimmers, but the marine animals that prey on them are faster. Penguins try to maneuver these larger, less agile creatures by zigzagging them with sharp turns, hoping the predator will tire and give up. Will this orca be able to keep up this Adelie penguin's tight turn? So that's how big the orca is compared to the penguin. It would take about like 1.5 pages for for it to actually be on the book in the book. Bubble up! To reach the speed necessary to get airborne, penguins trap air beneath their plumage, dive down into the water, As they swim back, they release little air bubbles from between their feathers, which coat the penguin. The coat of bubble makes it easier for the penguin's body to move through water, resulting in their quick aerial exit. This emperor penguin shoots through the water like a torpedo. Hot and cold, hot and cold. Penguins are the only birds that breed in who can create in climate from 40 degrees around the equator to 60 to negative 60 degrees in Antarctica. That's a difference of 100 degrees. Here's how penguins survive in such extreme conditions. Out in the cold, Antarctica is the coldest, driest, windiest continent on our planet. So cold that most of it is covered in thick layers of ice and snow all year round. Even in the warmest coastal areas of Antarctica, the temperature is around 0 degrees. Despite this, these six different penguins of Antarctica species actually breed in Antarctica since their densely packed feathers and fatty blubber keeps them relatively warm in these cold conditions. King these six species of penguin breed in Antarctica. So there is the king penguin, Gentoo penguin, chinstrap penguin, emperor penguin, macaroni penguin, and the Adelie penguin. You can't spell Adelie without a line on the top of the E. Weather the storm. Adelie penguins can sense when a storm is coming. They lie on the ground and wait, pointing their beaks towards the wind. If they are incubating a wind, however, they simply sit on the nest and tough it out. Penguins will sometimes hold their wings close to their body and shiver to keep them warm. So, current affairs. Water from the Antarctic is carried as far north as the equator through ocean currents. These cool waters not only bring in vital food resources but also help to keep penguins from overheating. There's nothing more refreshing than a cool dip on a warm day, so some penguins simply hunt in the day and come to land in the evening when the sun is less intense. Galapagos penguins. Keep your cool. Keep your cool. A penguin can lose heat quickly through areas with fewer or no feathers, like their feet. Some species have areas of bare skin on their faces, known as heat windows. Penguin blood. These penguins also have fewer feathers on their wings. In these areas, penguins have blood vessels very close to each other. This allows penguins to recycle heat within their body, which helps them to heat up or cool down. African penguins have large patches of bare skin around their face. Northern rock copper penguins hunt with their wings out to help body heat escape. King penguins try to minimize how much their feet touch the ground by rocking back onto their heels and putting their toes in the air. Their stiff tails help them stay upright Some penguins pant like a dog to stay cool by holding its mouth open and breathing heavily. Some of the moisture in the penguin's body begins to evaporate in the heat. This is the worst page. Born this way, all birds start life in an egg. Adult penguins come ashore to build and raise their chicks. Some choose rocky coasts and islands, while others head to more selected locations inland to protect their eggs from thirst. Nesting. Nearly all penguins pre-season use nest some under bushes or little caves, while others build them from scratch. A few species use the claws on their feet to create shallow holes in the ground, appropriately named scrapes. Many penguins build nests out of lots of little stones, which can be lined with grass, moss, bones, and feathers. All nest building penguins lay two eggs per nest. Rockhopper penguins nest in tall grass. Cantu penguins scrape Adelie pebble nest. That is a creepy Adelie. Eggs. Penguin eggs have thick cells to protect them from breaking and a large yolk to feed the chick while it grows. Wait, feed the chick? Parents typically take turns to sit on the eggs to keep them warm and safe. This is known as incubation. The other parent head out to sea to stock up on food and may be gone for days or weeks at a time. The incubating parent simply waits without food until they return. Chicks. When the chick is ready to hatch, it uses a special egg tooth at the tip of its beak to crack open the cell. Nearly all penguin chicks are covered in a thick layer of fluffy feathers that aren't yet proof they are completely dependent on their parents for survival. The chick cuddles up close to one of its parents while the other goes foraging. Penguin chicks are born without feathers. Growing up for chicks to grow, they need a lot of food. A foraging parent swallows the food and stores it in its stomach until it gets back to the nest. This can take 7 days when the parent returns in its stomach. It, it breaks two cases partially digested food into the chick's mouth and in the form of a thick paste. Yes, the parent shows up in its baby's mouth. But chicks don't mind. Hungry chicks after their parents or to swallow snacks. By tapping them on the beak, they even pester any approaching adult for food, regardless of whether they know them. Interested penguin its chick. Delicious. That is not delicious. That looks like the parent is going to eat it. Leaving the nest. Chicks eventually grow waterproof feathers and get enough body weight to start exploring the ocean. They know instinctively how to swim and hunt. Some of the smaller species can take 7 weeks, but large species like the king penguin, depending on their parents for more than a year. After the chicks leave the nest, parents start their catch thick mold. King penguin chicks lose their downy feathers to look like their parents. Ice Ice Baby. Ice Ice Baby is also a song. The two great penguin species both breed in the Antarctic and are the only penguins that don't build nests. King penguin take to the beaches, but emperor penguins track up to 112 kilometers along sea ice to radio trade. Here they experience extreme weather conditions with temperatures dropping below 40 and -40 degrees and cold winds reaching nearly 200 kilometers per hour. This race seems like a straight line to me, but there are no predators around and they don't have to compete their race with other penguin species. Pass it on. The mother lays a single egg and gives it to, to the father to look after. Producing an egg takes a lot of energy, so the mother heads back to the sea to go sink and get her strength back, moving the egg back to inherit habitat for the first time parent. Sadly, the egg is often dropped or cracked. If this happens, the relationship ends and both parents head back to the sea. Leg warmers. If the transfer is successful, are kept in the water's brood pouch. He bounces the egg on his feet, keeps it warm against the featherless area of skin called the brood pouch. His feathery leaf holds over the egg like a blanket. The brood pouch senses the temperature of the and lets the parents know when it needs more warmth. Male emperor penguin waits in the cold for more than 2 months, protecting his egg. Know who to eat here till by the time the egg hatches. The dad will pass it for around 120 days. Wait, isn't that 4 months? Them three dedicated parents. So huddle up, emperor penguins. Huddle together. They warn to a most of the group are shielded from a constant cold and biting wind. The penguins take turn in the outside to reach a flank so that everybody gets a turn in the middle. Tiny pack troops can contain up than 6,000 birds, but not really touching. Contact between them would mess up their feather installation, so they just stand here close to each other instead. To one another instead. Cream of the crop. Emperor penguin chicks usually hatch before moms come back from her forage, so the father feeds it for around 10 days using crop milk. This thick liquid is produced within his body by a special gland. The only other birds that produce crop milk are hens and flamingos, taking turns. The father keeps the hat stick warm brood pouch after such an intense military ordeal. He can often be hesitant to pass the stick over to his partner when she returns, but he needs to find food from himself. From now on, hens take turns to brood. Chicks cannot survive on their own, totally reliant on their parents. It's very important that each parent doesn't take too long to return, otherwise the other parent will be forced to head to the sea for food. Love life. Penguins pair up to take some partnerships formed through bonding exercises like dancing and singing, whilst others are a bit more unusual. And be on how many rocks the guy has. The process of selecting a mate is known as courtship. You look in for a penguin. Look for in a penguin. It's hard to know exactly what penguins look for in a mate, but severe males often need to be favored. Perhaps this is due to their able to handle weeks without food whilst the female goes hunting. Some scientists believe that size is an important most likely the voice of a penguin is the deciding factor. Dance to the same tune. Some courteships begin with the male showing his that moves. If it's going well, the female will become the mirror him. This display includes standing tall, bowing their heads to one another, and saying glances, calling loudly, raising their heads to the sky, flapping outstretched wings, or following each other around the colony. Red job and great performing courtesy. Let's together. Love on the rocks. Penguins love rocks. It's such an important building material for many penguins that the steering of these rocks is an important part of courtship. These stones are heavily protected by their owners and can cause of many arguments and physical fights, constant deals with their neighbors, and some partners even respond to make the male courtship. Doesn't have a good rock. It's a daily penguin feeling from the neighbor's nest. Feeling finding love again. Species like the emperor and king penguins they would the same mate for one breeding season and the following year. Others, like the Magellanic penguin, tend to mate with the same partner for life. The males finds the pairs borrow from the previous years and can encourage partner to return. When can two penguins breed with a penguin who isn't their partner? They are usually banished from the colony. It's alive. Penguins are very social animals. Most live together in North colonies known as rookeries. Each rookery could be home to hundreds of thousands of birds. As but made up only on one species of penguin. Rookies are loud, busy as valley pages filled with penguins calling to each other constantly. Give me a call. Penguins call. Not many different types of noises, including some speech, rays, whistles, and honks. Some even make two different noises at the same time. Call has a specific purpose. When the penguins yell to warn others off, use donkey-like noises to win some mates and make some calls known as a drum. When they return to the nest, each penguin has a unique call, so parents may just find each other even in northern sky. Take care. As chicks roll days and more time away from their nest, they parents will sometimes leave chicks in a large group together. As a scratchy long they go foraging. The chicks are looked after by other penguins in the colony. Daily penguins live in rookeries of up to 1.5 million individuals. Daily penguins often pick fights up with each other. Heck of fight. Living so close to your neighbors can cause argument and sometimes get into yelling matches or try to chase each other away. They situation to so there's lots of lot of the first penguin while the argument drew down. Sometimes nobody backs down. Nippers are used to hitting each other. These are used to peck and strike your own penguins. Not being together rifle. Oh, another one. Poodles, penguin poo is known as guano. Penguins produce a lot of it, but penguins are so used to being surrounded by poodles that some even build their nest out of it. A rookery of 1.5 million Adelie penguins was found because the guano stay visible in space. And Carol Pink and much of it that is their turns their guano blue last blue and lightly pink red. Little and large featured creatures. Emperor penguins. The largest species of penguin is the emperor penguin. They they can reach 1.2 meters tall, which is about the average height of a 7-year-old human. Featured creatures. Little penguin. The two smallest species are members of the little penguin species. Scientists only recently discovered the populations in New Zealand and Australia were genetically different. Both species weigh the same as 1 kilogram. A bag of sugar and were only slightly taller than the 30 centimeter ruler. The white flippers of species of the New Zealand birds are the smallest, generically the smallest of all. Little penguins are the only penguins that can read more than one brood in a breeding year, and parents can sometimes raise up to 3 groups of eggs in a year. Contestants and other are perfect. Little life-size little penguin egg, life-size emperor penguin egg, life-size adult emperor penguin, life-size little penguin. Comparison between an adult emperor and adult little penguin. To scale, small penguins are usually found close to the equator, while larger penguins live in colder areas. Here you can see different penguins hanging out with a person. So here's the Australian little penguin, Arctic penguin, northern rockover penguin, macaroni penguin, African penguin, emperor penguin, king penguins, nursing, central penguin, yellow-eyed penguin, Adelie penguin, Yorland penguin, eastern rocker penguin, Galapagos penguin, Cantu penguin, New Zealand little penguin, northern rocker penguin, royal penguin, Atlantic penguin. And the award goes to Cantu penguins sprint ahead as the fastest birds underwater. When searching for food and evading being predators, they can reach speed of 35 kilometers. That's more than 4 times faster than Olympic swimmers. Emperor penguins can dive down to more than half